We have people joining now, so I'm gonna get started. Again, we have a pretty full lineup today with again with new releases, with 2 rounds of pre-orders, and of course at the end we're gonna do one sneak peek today, which is promises to be a good one. So general updates. Again, we're gonna if you've seen our Instagram stories, we've been posting a few stories about the Fuel Fest in Japan. So the Fuel Fest is a huge event started in the U.S., started by Cody Walker and I think Tyrese. So the guys from Fast and Furious in the U.S. And they've been doing it for a while, really successful. A lot of car shows up to a few different venues throughout the year. And then they have drifting. They have a lot of different shows, music, and the celebrity shows up. With Tyrese, sometimes with. Again with the Fast and Furious guys. Last year it was held in Japan. It was held at the Fuji Speedway. Again, celebrity showing up like Song from Fast and Furious. Very hugely successful event. I think the last year was like 30,000 cars or people showed up. Just a huge event. And for this year is going to be in August 11th. Again in Fuji Speedway, so this is the second year that is being held in Japan, and for the first time we will be joining. So we'll be setting up a booth there. We are planning a few 2 to 3, depending on the production, special editions, and then I'm going to show you one right now, which is you can see it clearly, the Toyota Supra. I'm going to take it out from the box so you can see the driver Paul here, special edition, the Tarmac and Fuel Fast logo. And then just wanted to show you, because this car looks quite similar to one that we've done before, but it's also different. You got the car license plate in the front and the back. And then you also have the additional Tarmac logos in the front, and also the T logo on the side here near the rear bumper. And then on the front windscreen, you'll see the Fuel Fest Japan logo. So it is a special edition, only limited to 1,248 pieces, and then you get the base plate here saying that it is a Fuel Fest. So it is a little bit different. I think the color is also different from the previous one. This one is completely silver. We're hoping this real car actually, and then you'll see our Tarmac logo on the back windscreen as well. We're hoping that this car will actually show up at the Fuel Fest, so hopefully we can put the model car together with the show car, with the real car, and take some really nice photos. For folks who are coming, please do come to our booth and get one of these. We'll be revealing probably 2 more special editions in the next month, and then we'll let you know. I think you've probably seen another one, another RWB online, but we're going to show you that a little bit later, probably next month. And then we've been busy working on gift items, what we call premiums, and this is one which I thought is pretty cute and pretty nice and pretty useful as well. And so we have our own paper clips. This is the Vertex S15. And then you got 3 clips here. Here's the green one, here's the red one, and here is the dark blue, if you will. And I'll just put it up a little bit closer. The focus might be off, but you get the idea. So there are 3 paper clips with this. We're gonna again, this is not for sale. This is basically a way for us to say thank you to all the fans, to all the followers out there, purchasing our models. So the first plan is to have these in different events. So the Fuel Fest will have these, and then the Hong Kong Toy Car Salon will probably have these, and then we'll eventually move on to also resellers getting a bunch of these, and when you pre-order or when you order Tarmac cars, they're going to give you one absolutely for free. Again, is a little thank you from us, and then we're planning a bunch of different items in terms of gifts that we don't want to give back. So it's sort of like a giving back program that we're trying to do. And this is just the beginning. And then we're going to be showing you another one probably next month that we're doing for Fuel Fest as well, that hopefully you guys like. So just small things but useful things, that you use hopefully and you love, and you can also get it as a collectible, and again, a way for us to say thank you to you for all the wonderful support that you've given us in our 9th year, believe it or not. So we're going to move on to new releases. So let's switch camera to the June release, which will be on June 22nd, which is next Thursday for TWOC members, the Tarmac Works Owners Club. And again, if you have not joined, you can again purchase the club car, which is the Datsun 510 BRE, number 46, I believe. And then you can once you get the card, then the membership actually goes with the with your account, and then you get 10% off on everything, 24-hour window for pre-orders and all that good stuff. So June release, the first one is a Globo 64 Vertex Nissan Silvia S15 in the blue metallic color. This is a brand new tooling, so it's a Nissan, again, Silvia S15 with the Vertex Aero kits. This is the first color version for this car. The S14 was a very big success for us. Was a very good product for sure. We love that car, and we want to do the whole line of the Silvia. So S14 was first. You have the S15 here, and then we're going to do the S13 as well. So for all the Silvia lovers out there, this is the Vertex Nissan Silvia S15 in blue metallic. Next up will be a Pagani Zonda Revolution in the black color with the red stripes. And you also see the details on the rims with that sort of yellow color. So this is the Pagani Zonda Revolution. Next up, we have the Mercedes-AMG F1 W12. This is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix 2021 winner, driven again, of course, by Lewis Hamilton. And then you see the board as well that is included on the number 1 position. Hamilton started in P10 for this race, and actually went on to win the race in 2021. Next, we have the HKS GR86 in white. This is the GR86 with the HKS Aero kit. So we work again directly with HKS on this particular car, in terms of the delivery, in terms of the arrows. So all reviewed and approved and licensed by HKS as well, making it a bit of a special model. Next, we have the very popular Mercedes-Benz SL 500 Koenig Specials in black. It does have the red top, which looks pretty cool. It's a pretty nice contrast. It's an odd looking car, I would say, because of the wide body, but I think they did a great job with it, and I think the collectors community really likes this car. It's kind of an odd model, but hey, sometimes cars are like that. So it turned out pretty good. Next, we have a special edition, which is the Datsun 510 wagon with the Golf color. We've added a little Tarmac logo near the rear window. And then this is the special edition for Indonesia. So this is the Golf 510 wagon. So that does it for the global collection. And then moving on to hobby, we have new tooling, which is the Porsche 935 K3. This is in the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the Japanese livery, the pink and white, very iconic livery as well. Completely new tooling. One of the very, very classic Porsche race car. Again, these are all coming out next Thursday in our web store, as well as, of course, with our resellers as well. Next, we have the Toyota Hilux, and we've given it a very special livery, which is the one-piece 1000 Sunny. The whole car is basically chrome, as you can see from the reflections. It looks gorgeous. It has a red roll bar inside. Mud guards are also red. Very, very nice contrast. It comes with a really nice, and I'd say this, even after so many oil cans that we've done, this is one of the nicest oil cans that we have made. Again, this is the Toyota Hilux one-piece 1000 Sunny with the oil can package. Next, we have the BRE Datsun 510. This is the number 85. It comes with a container. So the TWOC version is the 46. This is the 85. And just let it spin for a little bit. And you can see that yellow exhaust, which is pretty cool. So it comes with this. Again, this is also officially approved and licensed by BRE. Again, this is the BRE Datsun 510 Trans Am 2.5 championship that was raced in 1972. Next, we have a 993 remastered by Gunter Works in yellow. It does come with a special box, special paper box, a hard paper box. And then you see the stripes in the middle. They are in carbon fiber patterns as well. You might not be able to see it in the camera here, but they do come with carbon fiber patterns. Next, we have a Mitsubishi Starion, which raced in a Macau Gear race in 1985 by one of our very own in Hong Kong, Michael Liu. This car, I want to give a special shout out because, again, I still remember the time in 1985 that I actually went to Macau to see this car. And I remember in this car, it qualified in P5. It finished in P3. The winner was none other than the Volvo 240 Turbo, which we have done. It raced. This was a little Japanese car that raced against the giants of the Volvos, of the BMWs, and also of the Nissans. And being a local driver, never really finished in the top podium in those races. And having a Hong Kong driver driving probably one of my favorite cars of all time, actually finishing that race in P3, I still remember as a kid I was almost crying. I was so happy that this car won. So this was one of those sort of pet projects that I had to do when given a chance. So it is a special car for me personally. So this is again the Mitsubishi Starion, which finished P3 in the Macau Gear race in 1985. Moving on, we have a Toyota Supra in the Japan police car livery. And you see the police lights up top with the nice touch of the antenna in the back, as well as that plastic sort of kit in the front bonnet, which is pretty cool. So this is the Toyota Supra in the Japan police car look. Next up, we have a pin. We haven't done this for a while. So again, thank you to Lean Customs. Shout out to them for making this pin. This is the RWB 964, owned by our friend John Sabal. The car it was in the market. Here is the pin that goes really well with it. A lot of people love this gray color on the RWB. I think it looks fantastic. And the pattern, the design pattern that you see on the card was actually designed by John himself. So it's a nice little touch to put it on the card here as well as on our packaging. And then next we have a few collab items. The first one is a Schuko Volkswagen Caddy. The very retro looking sort of pickup caddy. It's collaboration also with Moon Eyes in the Moon equipped colors, and you see the eyes on the back here. Let's go with Moon, and then you have the Moon equipped logos and sort of like an address on the side door, and then the Moon equipped on the front bonnet as well. Love this really retro looking Volkswagen. I think it looks fantastic. And then you have the Porsche 911 GT2 that raced in the 24 Hours of Le Mans 1998. And it has the very iconic PlayStation on the front and the sides. Really, really nice looking 911 GT2. And produced by our friends over at Schuko. Last but not least, we have a American Diorama RWB figures. So the car, we just wanted to show kind of with the figurines. You got Nakai-san with his cigarettes leaning against the car. You have another Nakai-san sort of fixing the car. You have a rear wing with a suitcase that is really kind of famous. And then you have, of course, girls surrounding the car, marveling the car. The car does not come with the package, but this is the RWB figurine set. So that finishes the June release portion of today's IG Live, and then we're going to move on to the pre-orders, which you might have seen already today by some of our resellers. If you have not, please go check it out on social media. We got a pretty special one here. Probably one of the best looking modern 911s out there. This is the Porsche 911, the 992 version of the GT3 RS. You got the white with the red stripes, as well as the acid green with the carbon fiber pattern on the front bonnet and the roof. And then you got two different wings. So for the white and red, a DRS wing, and then on the asset green is a closed wing. So they're two different wing styles. And you'll see, I think, from the arms on the rear wing, it is in really good details. This is made by Mini Champs, and it's a really, really rare item. So it's only 999 pieces, making this a very rare model that is kind of similar to the actual GT3 RS, which is also a very rare model. So both of these are limited to 999 pieces. So I suggest that right after this IG live, you actually contact your reseller and reserve it ASAP, because it's going to be sold out very, very quickly. So they're releasing two colors at the same time. So these are the first two. And the release date is going to be August, so it's going to come up pretty soon, instead of having to wait for a few months. So these are coming out in August this year. Okay, moving on to our own Global 64. We have the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA in the red and white color. This is a pretty nice livery. I think it is the Alfa Romeo logo, the snake on the front bonnet, as well as on above the rear wheel arch. And again, this is the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA. Next, we have the AMG F1 W12. Again, a winner card by Lewis Hamilton. This was the Russian Grand Prix in 2021, and it is special because it is his 100th win. So it comes with the race winner board as well as the 100 win board. So a little bit something extra for this very special win for Lewis Hamilton. And then next up we have also in the global lineup. So all these globals are they have a estimated release date of November this year. So this one is the Vertex Toyota Chaser in the white metallic color. And if you notice a trend, that a lot of these white global cars are Lamley special editions. So we do work with John over at Lamley on these white special editions, making the collection sort of bigger and bigger. You've seen the C63 before, you've seen the SLS before. I think we have a Defender 90, and then now this is the Toyota Chaser in the white metallic, also target to be released in November. So some collectors are asking how to do the pre-orders. So our web store does not offer pre-orders. We leave that to our resellers. So our website will have all of these cars when they come, when they were released, when they come in stock. To find your local reseller, there are a couple of ways. One is to look at our reseller list on our web store. There will be a link there on how to find our models. And then the other way is just to Google, put Tarmac Works Spain, for example, put Tarmac Works France, for example, put Tarmac Works Malaysia, for example, and then you will find a list of resellers on Google that you can go to for the pre-orders. So those are the easiest ways, because it's sometimes hard to update that list or to keep an up-to-date list. So our list will have some of the resellers, but on Google there will be others as well. So please do look at Google as well to search for your local resellers. And then moving on, the next gobo will be the Pagani Huayra BC. This is in the green metallic color. I really personally really love this color. I think that green is kind of coming back, as you see on the Giulia, as you see on the new M3. This sort of used to be called British Racing Green in my days, but this metallic green I think looks fantastic on the Huayra BC. And then of course you have the details on the rims as well, which looks fantastic. So that does it for the global line, and then we move on to scale 43. The first one is the HKS Racing Performer GR Yaris. This does have new rims compared to the other the others that we have announced before. And again, we work directly with HKS on delivery file, so it's all authentic from HKS, and they have reviewed it very carefully and approved this car. So really big thanks to their team also for their support on this car. Also targeted to be released in November this year. And the last of this June pre-order, which started today, it will last for a couple weeks, is the Toyota Hi-Ace wide body in this Autobahn livery. I've seen it drifting actually on YouTube, so if you haven't, you can go check it out. So it's kind of a drift version of this kind of box van. This is the Toyota Hi-Ace wide body. Usually this van actually is just a box van. In our day-to-day, if you come to Hong Kong, you'll see tons of this. I think the Hi-Ace is the highest selling car in Hong Kong. A lot of shops and you know, couriers use this to just transport boxes basically, and it's pretty cool to have it in a racing livery, in a modified racing livery that goes out to drift or to race. It is a very, very cool thing. So this is the Toyota Hi-Ace wide body, and that does it for the June pre-order, for the first round of June pre-order, I should say. And then the next June pre-order will be on the 29th of June. And we have a brand new tooling, which is the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great. So I wanted to show you this in person, so you'll see this right here. This is in the Golf livery, officially licensed by Mitsubishi, and I just wanted to do a quick demonstration for you. So this actually opens, both wing actually opens, and then you've got this part that also opens as well. And here you can fit basically two cars, two normal, you know, regular size car in pretty nicely. Sorry about the lighting, but you can see the inside. This here, this is better, and it does have a sort of a pattern here on the inside, which I think looks really, really nice. And here's the back of the truck, and let me just close this back for you first. And then here in the front, we have added an extra sort of detail, so the front actually opens, and you can see sort of the engine details here. So it's got quite a bit of opening parts. This is something completely brand new for us. We have not done these type of sort of transporter trucks or big trucks, large trucks before. This is in 1/64 scale, so it's authentic in that sense, with all the 64 cars that we've done. And again, this is the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great in the Golf Racing livery. All right. and this will retail for 6250 US, which is, I think, it is quite competitive with other products in the market. Probably a little bit lower as well. So hopefully you like it. I really love this. I'm not a truck guy per se, but I think this goes really, really well with a lot of the 64 scale cars and race cars. Imagine, especially in Europe and in Japan, they actually use a lot of these trucks to transport race cars to the racetracks because they don't need to fly. Obviously, it costs a lot of money. And you can easily put one race car with a lot of the tools and kits inside, or you can fit two cars pretty comfortably as well. So very popular in especially in Europe. Okay, so moving on to another new tooling, which is a Road 64 car. This one I love. I'm a big fan of hot hatches, as you might have known. This is the Renault 5, the Renault 5 Turbo in red. Again, all of these are going to be released in November this year. It's a brand new tooling. This car is special to me because I don't know if you've collected Tomica, they do have this exact color as a regular release, I believe, and I still have one to this day. I collected probably 3 or 4 different colors and liveries, and it looks amazing to me because of especially that rear wheel arch. It's basically a rally car, but in street clothes. And I remember as a kid, I just love this car, along with the Golf GTIs out there. But this Renault 5 is sort of like a crazy version of a hot hatch, if you will. So again, is a brand new tooling for us. It's our first Renault. Is the Renault 5 Turbo in red. Moving on is a Hobby 64 model, and again, one that we're pretty we have a close story with. This is the Mercedes AMG GT3 that raced in the Indianapolis 8 hour, and it's the 2022 winter car. We work with the Hong Kong race team, Craft Bamboo Racing, on this particular car, and this particular livery is the if you're close to the Macau Grand Prix, you would have heard of Theodore Racing. They're very, very well known, very, very famous team out of Hong Kong, which has a long history of racing. And they used to have a lot of this sort of F3 livery, which is in this red and white color. And so we kind of put this sort of heritage livery onto this car, and you will see that circular logo, which has some Chinese characters on it, that sort of mimics the old F3 car. I was very excited to have the chance to help with the idea of designing this livery, and then we've added some elements that was close to us, the 77 on the top roof. And if you recall, the 2021 car, which was a Moon Eyes car in the Indy 8 hours, it also had this number on the top, and in this sort of tarmac design, if you will, which kind of mimics like a NASCAR also number. You have the tarmac logos on the front bonnet as well as on the sides. So again, this car, because it's sponsored by us, and so it will come with a special packaging with a story booklet with a lot of photos, race results and things like that. It qualified on 16th place, and then it actually finished in first. So it was this really special moment for us and for Craft Bamboo as well. All right, moving on to another GT3 car, which is the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3. This raced in the Super Taikyu series in 2021, and it was the Fuji 24 Hours 21 winner by GTNet Motorsports. Really like this orange color on the GTR. I think it looks great. Again, this is the GTR Nismo GT3. All right, and next up we have a Ferrari F40. This race in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1995. In this red and green, kind of like the Italian look, if you will. This was one of the wettest races in the event's history, with about 17 hours of steady rain. So it was kind of a special year, rainy year for the Le Mans. So again, this is the Ferrari F40, 1995, 24 Hours of Le Mans. And then we have another Le Mans car, which is fitting, being that Le Mans just raced past weekend. This is the Porsche 935 K3 and is the 1979 Le Mans winner, the winner car. And Porsche actually finished 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this K3 was the first Le Mans win by a rear engine car. Again, last but not least, we have a pit garage diorama. This is the Honda Racing version. And if you are a long-time follower of Tarmac Works, you probably noticed that something similar was announced years ago. And at that time, Honda did not approve it at the end, so we couldn't come up with a product. But things have changed, and there were some revisions to the design, and finally it's coming back. So for all the Honda fans, all the Honda racing fans out there, this is not to be missed. We spent a lot of time on this one, and finally it's having its chance to see daylight. And again, this is the pit garage diorama, approved by Honda finally, and we want to thank their team as well for all the efforts and time putting into reviewing this product and supporting us in this project. There will be other Honda racing stuff coming. We're planning some stuff. Hopefully we can announce it soon. Some exciting stuff ahead with Honda as well. All right, so that does it for the second part of the June pre-orders. This again, with the truck, with the Road 64, with the Hobby 64, with this diorama, they will all be announced on June 29th with a release date of November. So coming up, it's the sneak peek portion. I'm just going to let it spin for a little bit. And it's the newest Pagani model, which is the Utopia. It's a mid-engine sports car and was presented on September 12, 2022, last year in Milan. A total of 99 examples of this closed coupe model are planned. And all 99 have been assigned to customers, and of course not surprising. So we've done quite a few Paganis up to now. This is the newest model. Again, all the 3Ds, everything, all the data are provided officially by Pagani, so you're getting all the dimensions and all the specs, officially from the factory. So it goes really well with the other Paganis, obviously. I think this particular car of course I have not seen it in the flesh. I've seen the photos and things and videos. It has the modern look, but as well as sort of a classic Pagani look to it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And a car that you can kind of imagine driving, well, every day. I want to imagine it, but you know, that's why they call it a dream car. So, it's a Pagani Utopia, brand new model. We're planning to release this hopefully in Q1 next year. There will be two different rim options as well, and I think the rims look really, really, really fantastic and really nicely designed, as always by Pagani. So that's it for today. I think we've gone through like 32 cars today. And again, thank you so much for joining in. As always, we do this every single month. And let me just go through a little bit of the comments and questions. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. For all the kind words, the nice words. I'm just going through a lot of the not a lot of questions today, actually. So thank you so much. And again, as we're now stepping into the summer, we're looking forward to the event in August. If you happen to be in Japan or you want to travel there are lots of cars to see, celebrities as well, a lot of cool cars. We are making a special RWB together, a 997 together with RWB, and hopefully we get that done in time for the show. And then if you've missed that, then September it will be the Toy Car Salon in Hong Kong. And then in October there will be the Indonesia Diecast Expo that we plan also to join as well. So tons of events coming. We're also planning other events. Oh, and then of course there's the Macau Grand Prix in November, November 18th. There'll be 2 weekends this year celebrating the 70th anniversary, and we're very close to signing a sponsorship deal for a GT3 car, which hopefully we'll announce maybe next month or maybe the month after. Delivery is all done because we want to make that car by November. So everything is being worked on very hard by the team right now. So thank you to them, and to also to the race teams, and also to the licensor, which I can't say who yet, but you'll see it, and I guarantee is something that is going to be cool. So a lot of stuff happening. We're very busy at the office here, but again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll bring you some more nice models next month. So see you then. Thank you so much.